What is up, awesome people, and welcome back to my Pokemon trading card game card opening series. Right, so in the last episode we opened up the first of the Furious Fist theme deck, and that was the Enchanted Echo theme deck, which featured Sylveon and was a Fairy and Grass specialist deck, so it gave us pretty interesting cards. I went through last episode and just pointed out a few notable cards just from a brief look at them. So far I'm quite impressed with the Furious Fist deck. I'm hoping it's going to be kind of like Flash Fire and be more quite strategic, working around the balance of trainer cards and Pokemon cards and showing just how powerful Pokemon cards can be when you combine trainer cards and Pokemon cards together, especially combining ability cards as well on the side to make them even stronger, as we saw with like Victory Bell, which I'm trying to remember if bench Pokemon can also activate the ability. But from what I can remember, that can happen unless they've changed it, and I'm not aware of it. But regardless, we're going to move on to the Pangoro set, which is the other, the counterparting set to Sylveon, which is the Dark Hammer set. So this is Dark and Fighting. So I'm already excited to be opening up this because it's Dark types. And at the same time, I'm quite curious to see what Dark types they'll be bringing into this expansion, since it's mostly a fighting type deck. So I probably won't be seeing too many Dark types, besides from Pangoro, which is Dark Fighting. We may see Scrafty and Scraggy being quite predominant as well, since that's Dark and Fighting as well. So that honestly would not surprise me. Alright, so we got that is what is inside of it. We've got our cracked foil Pangoro card, metallic coin there always hidden, which I don't know why. Hopefully it's going to be Mega Heracross. Nope, it's going to be a blue Mega Lucario coin, which actually looks pretty cool. Actually, I think I prefer the silver one. That's the one, oops, that one. That's what we got in the Enchanted Echo deck. I actually prefer this one over the blue one. It's not as shiny. Blue it's just not as shiny. I think Ben might like that one, but I personally prefer this one because it's more foily and it's more sparkly. Sparkles! Oop! And I dropped it. Alright. Alright, so of course we've got our redemption code for it. And let's have a look at Pangoro. Alright, so obviously it's a Dark type, 120 health. It's 2 moves. We have Clobber, which base 30 damage, requires 1 Dark Energy, 1 energy card of any type. You may discard an item card from your hand. If you do, this attack does 40 more damage. So, sometimes I like my item cards, so I may not use that one as much. Hammer Arm, ooh, I like that one. 80 damage, requires 1 Dark Energy and 2 energy cards of any type. Discard the top card of your opponent's deck. So, Pangoro is more of a deck out card. I like. Pokemon doesn't usually revolve around decking out strategies, but you might be able to make one out of this. Awesome. I like. Deck out strategies are quite fun. Okay, so of course we got our checklist here, and I said there was 111 in this collection. I'm pretty sure that's what I said. Yep, 111, and I'm unsure about these secret rares in this deck, so it could be a little bit more. But we'll find out when we do our booster deck, booster pack openings. We've got our damage counters here, the old plain old boring ones. So many of those. Of course, we got our Sylveon and Pangoro playmat here for 2-player. Awesome. Suggest you play with that if you're new to the game. Very handy for learning the game indeed. More plastic. Alright, and of course, we have our deck box containing our 60 cards. So, this is going to be awesome. Let's crack it open and see what's inside. And they've done it again. I think they're doing this on purpose, because this is like the second time or third time I think I've opened up a theme deck and they've had it doing this, which is not cool. Only because I'm OCD about it. Although the first 4 cards were Dark Energy cards, so that's cool, we'll just put them there. Alright, first up is Machop. We have Licky Tongue after that. We have Roller Skate. We have Minshao, which looks freaking awesome. High jump kick only does 40? Really? I thought they might do a little bit more than that. Oh, arrow turn. Interesting. Fighting energy. Whoops. We have Machoke. Pancham. Now Pancham has some stuff on it. Bad Influence Evolution requires 1 energy card of any type. If you have any dark Pokemon on your bench, search your deck for a card that evolves from this Pokemon and put it onto this Pokemon. This counts as evolving this Pokemon. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Interesting. So it goes from a fighting type into a fighting type. I wonder if it's got a dark type card as well. And Confront, which does 30 damage. Requires quite a lot of energy cards for something of only 30 damage. And again, it might be getting ready. Then again, it might be getting ready for this. I'm not too sure. But that would mean you need to run a multicolored deck to be able to run that. We have Energy Search. We have, of course, Scraggy. I just saw that coming. Dark Fighting Energy, Evo Soda. We have Pokemon Center Lady is making a return. Heals 60 damage and remove all special counters from one of your Pokemon. Great counter to Victory Bell if that ever comes up. Fighting Energy, we have Landorus. Let's see if you're as good as Tornadus. Shout of Power requires 1 fighting energy and 20 base power. Attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. Ooh, ooh, I could see that one being used quite a lot just for that move. And Skylarret, 90 damage, requires a lot of fighting energy cards. That is going to be cool, used quite a lot, I reckon. Only because its first one requires 1 fighting energy card. You can even leave with that if you want to and start discarding energy cards all over the spot. Even mid-game or late-game, that would be quite handy. It may mean you might have to sacrifice Landorus and a prize card, but if you can get energy cards all over the shop to all of your bench Pokemon quite quickly, that would be quite strong. Especially if you ran that in it's probably a deck with Blacksmith, running a fighting and fire energy, fighting and fire coloured deck would be quite strong. That might be worth trying out. Oh, new card. We have Karina. Search your deck for a fighting Pokemon and an item card. Reveal them and put them into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Right, there has to be a reason for that, because usually they have some type of purpose. Otherwise, why would they make it? So I don't know the reason yet, but if I see it, I'll let you know. I'm going to put that there for now. Fighting Energy, we have Professor's Letter, Minshao, Dark Energy, Hitmonlee, which looks cool. Fighting Energy, Hairy Armor, it's got an ability. Thick Fat, any damage done to this Pokemon by attacks your opponent's fire or water Pokemon is reduced by 30. So this would be a good counter to any fire decks, especially Charizard decks from Flash Fire or anything like along those lines. By 30, that's quite a lot of damage reduction. Nice. Alright, so we've got Licky Tongue, we've got Professor Sycamore, we've got Makahita, we've got Pancham again, got Fighting Energy, Scrafty. Damn. Machop, Minshao, Roller Skate, Fighting Energy, Licky Licky! And it's got Knockoff. Go look at Licky Licky. It's got Knockoff, 50 damage, discard a random card from your opponent's hand, which is very decent. Good for that deck out deck I was talking about with Pangoro going for Hammer Arm, and you can also go Knockoff from Licky Licky. Heck, I might even go for a deck out deck this metagame. Licky Chop, base 60 damage, requires 4 energy cards of any type. Flip a coin until you get tails. This attack does 30 more damage for each heads. Damn, that's quite strong. For a stage 1 poke anyway, that's quite powerful. We've got Machoke, we have Fighting Energy, we have Energy Switch, Scraggy, Fighting Energy, Hitmonlee, Pancham. Oops, I dropped one. Professor's Letter, the normal Pangoro, as I usually say. Cracked Hollow is from the theme deck, Hollow from the booster packs, and normal from just booster pack and from your theme deck as well. Fighting Energy, Machop, Professor Sycamore, Machamp. Fighting Fury. Each of your fighting Pokemon attacks do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Ouchies. So that'd be great on your bench. Just have it like even just sitting there. A power up fighting Pokemon, you're active, you don't really have to bring it in. Same with, well, that would work with Victory Bell then. Has made that theory that have it on your bench, activating its ability would be quite powerful. So this is very similar to Altaria from the Dragon's Exalted expansion that powered up your Dragon type Pokemon's attack by an extra 20, I think it was. This is by an extra 20 as well, but it's only for fighting types. Machamp Crush is 80 damage during your next turn. Any damage done by attacks from a defending Pokemon is reduced by 40. Damn, that's a really good card. I'm liking that one. That could come out late game and deal a lot of damage too. Yeah, that's going to be quite strong. You can even combine that with Karina as well. If you got a Mage Choke, bring that out. As well as a item card. You could even bring out something like Evo Soda. You could bring out... I think Evo Soda is an item card. It would be. You can even bring out Mage Chop and go for Rare Candy if you've got for Machamp in your hand. If you run that strategy, and I often do. You can even go for Muscle Band as well, powering up Machamp even more if you want to do that. Or just power up whatever fighting type you have as active. Oh, there's so many possibilities with Machamp there. Anyways, we've got Pancham, Minshao, Fighting Energy, another Karina card, we've got Scrafty, we've got Darkest Energy, we got Lickily again, Fighting Energy, and Makahita. Ooh, again, some interesting cards there. I still haven't worked out, like, Karina would have to have some type of overall potential there, but Machamp is probably the deadliest card I've just found just then. That'll definitely make a huge difference in this metagame. Although it won't be as effective as Altaria was back in Dragon's Exalted, since it is a stage 2 Pokemon, which means you gotta go through Mage Choke to evolutions. Unless you're running, as I said, Karina, you can go Mage Chop and go Rare Candy Machamp. That could work. But you have to have Machamp in your hand to be able to do that. Otherwise you're gonna be running Evo Soda. I'm wondering though, will Pangoro be a fighting type card as well? Because Pangoro does miss out on a boost from this. Same with Scrafty, he may go as a fighting type Pokemon as well. I have seen that happen. So that could happen for Pangoro as well. There could be an alternative Pangoro that is a fighting type, which would then get a boost from Machamp, but that's just me predicting things because I have not looked at the checklist for this at all. I don't particularly want to because spoilers alert. I don't want to spoil this one for me. So yeah, that's a really interesting deck. So I'm now overall curious about Furious Fist and what this metagames will be bringing, especially with Machamp and Karina, and especially that Eevee, which could make a whole bunch of differences. But yeah, I'm intrigued and I'm liking. So, with that, that'll be the end of this episode. And what am I going to open up next episode? I might leave the booster packs for last. So I think I might go the boxes next, actually, the Crocodile and the Pyro box. I don't particularly bring them up on the table just yet because everything's all over the spot. I'll actually show them off next episode, but I reckon I'll do the Pyro box because that is Flashfire's box, and then do the Crocodile one for the next episode that is going on to Furious Fist. So, having said that, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to check out my video. This was on the Dark Hammer set, just to remind. Enchanted Echo was the last episode, so make sure to check out that and any other previous episodes. And if you like what you saw, make sure to keep an eye out for future episodes. And with that, this is Lady KrimZen saying ciao for now, but not forever.